Alright, so... Let's see here, come on, can't I get this thing... give me a full screen here. Can we do this? Can we do this? Yeah, I'm narrating this after the fact here. Hold on, I'm trying to... Full screen mode. No, it won't do it. Son of a gun. Shrink to fit. 100%, 25%. God, it won't do it. Well, alright, I can't see my friggin' screen. Oh, there we go. Alright, so let me see here. I'm watching like a really little screen right now, so I'm trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing here. Okay. Yeah, I'm attacking these imps here. I'm narrating after the fact, so forgive me. This is why I don't narrate after the fact. I forget what the hell I was doing. Plus, right now, I'm watching a really small screen, and I can't actually even see what I'm doing, barely. Those behemoths are pretty devastating. Ancient behemoths are extremely devastating. Actually, even just regular behemoths are pretty dangerous. I used to really love playing the stronghold in player versus player, because nobody really gave much thought to it, but ancient behemoths, actually the entire stronghold army with mass haste, would just wipe out pretty much just anybody in the first round. So, and I'm looking at Charna there, she's coming in my territory. I got Gretchen right there, kind of retired. A couple more behemoths rather in my town. And that guy I'm just using to pick up resources. You don't want to waste time and movement points on your main heroes picking up resources, so you just have a crappy hero follow along and pick up the resources behind him. And I like Sandro. I wanted to use Sandro, so I'm keeping him around. I really like, it's not that really he's all that great, it's just I like the sorcery specialty. I think it's cool. It's not that you need it, it's just kind of cool to have that. It's one of the few skills that's really useful when you have it. Hold on a minute. It's one of the few skills that's really useful when you have a specialty. When you have it as a specialty, like logistics. Of course, logistics is probably the most useful, but things like attack, defense, sorcery, intelligence, although intelligence is, you know, if you got basic intelligence, it's probably, you know, or expert intelligence, it's probably overkill to have specialized in intelligence, but it's cool. It's one of the cool skills to have specialized. I'm reading a text right now here. And I think this is Thant, isn't it? Yeah, this is Thant. I'm trying to build up those skeletons and at the same time not lose any. God, I wish I knew more Spanish. Okay. No, I can't read that. I don't know. I'd have to check my online translator. So the idea, I'm just attacking the slow, usually the slow, weak level 1, level 2 troops, and getting skeletons, basically, is the idea. Once you have a huge skeleton army with Thant, like, you know, actually in the neighborhood of just 200 skeletons with Thant, and if you get a lot of spell points, then you're pretty much invincible. You can go around and completely conquer the map just with Thant. one of the things that got kind of frustrating, I think, towards the end there of the tournament that I used to play in was everybody had like, oh, for some reason I was stupid and I lost those. Oh, I remember. I didn't realize that they were too close, and so I needlessly lost a Thunderbird. That was really stupid. But anyway, close to the end of when I stopped playing that in that tournament, people were making rules like, you know, they had like a whole litany of rules where you couldn't, you know, you couldn't have a logistics hero. I think I chose. You get offered basic wisdom pretty often, so you can hold off on that. I thought it was more important to get mysticism. Death Ripple's a really good spell if you have an undead army. That's a really nice spell. For the cost, anyway. Let's see, what else was I saying? Oh yeah, the tournament, they made rules like, yeah, every time you go to play someone, he's like, you know, you can't use any 4th level heroes. It's pretty much a given. That was always a given. You can't use a logistics hero. You can't do this. You can't do that. It's like, geez, so many rules I couldn't even get track of them anymore. It's about when I stopped playing. Stopped playing in the tournament anyway. I like to play just, you know, just a normal game, you know, whatever happens, happens. I don't like a lot of user-made maps. You know, they're like a they're like a maze almost, just a user-made maze, and it's like, you know, what's the point? I mean, the game's always going to be the same because you're always going to have to go through the same path. So I usually don't play those kind of maps. Plus, I don't find them challenging enough. Not in a real organic way. I mean, they're challenging in the sense that, yeah, you've got to build up a huge army to attack, you know, a huge boss or something like that. But you know, so what? So you just wait around a lot. Oh yeah, I got intelligence there. So you just wait around and grab a bunch of cities, and you know, so what? That's not challenging. It's just a waiting game. I think I picked. Did I pick knowledge or no? I picked spell power. I usually favor spell power over knowledge in most cases, especially once I have intelligence. Once I have intelligence, and usually you can find a well somewhere, or maybe even a magic spring. There's a magic spring on this map, pretty close, and once you visit that, you don't really need much intelligence. These guys can actually be a little bit hard, especially when you're talking about those iron columns. These guys are really strong for their level. Level 2 with 35 hit points. That's pretty dangerous. The nice thing is they're slow, but if you have to go toe-to-toe with them, if you're not using range, then they can still be a problem. And I'm not to the point yet where I have enough magic points with that to really roll with the skeletons yet. The trick to beating these big maps is to have basically a bunch of heroes that are more or less self-sustaining, and they can just kind of, you know, you send one in one direction, you send another in another direction, and you just kind of conquer the map from several sides at once. That's really the only way to beat it in a reasonable length of time. Also, you have to be careful because, believe it or not, on this difficulty level, these settings, the computer can be somewhat dangerous if you let him just sit there and accumulate troops. You know, you still, the AI still sucks, don't get me wrong, but they can, you know, know, they can get a pretty big army if you wait around. Especially if you have them teamed up, like I think I do. I was trying to not to lose any more Thunderbirds. I think I was trying to kind of split these guys up. Yeah, I was trying to split them up so they wouldn't all hit me at once. I could take them one at a time, but that's not really possible to do if you only have one more movement than they do. You need like 2 more movement or something. You need like almost double their movement, and I only have like my skeletons are only just slightly faster. Ooh, and I lost another Thunderbird there. It doesn't really matter too much because I'm going to be having just a bunch of skeletons at some point. The main idea is getting experience with this guy. That's kind of why I'm attacking these guys in the first place. Why I'm doing this is because I'm waiting. Oh yeah, I'm gonna resurrect first. There we go. There. So no skeleton losses technically. Dark Storm, or Dark Storm. Specialty in stone skin. I can't think of. Well, there's more worthless specialties, but it's still kind of stupid. Yeah, you know, if I have a spellcaster, I guarantee you, I'm not going to be casting stone skin a lot. I'm going to be casting things like lightning bolt. Maybe implosion, meteor shower, stuff like that. Stone skin's definitely not going to be tops on my list. I passed some troops off to this guy just to go down and grab that chest, basically. So I'm going to pass them back later. There we go. That's pretty good. So I kind of got that chest for free. I didn't want to go for the other thing because I wasn't sure if I could make it back and transfer the troops. I definitely don't want to stick those troops down there when that enemy's so close. Think it worth taking those chieftains out. What I'm going to do is go over there and take that Dwarven compound or whatever it is, Dwarven mine. It's a good way to get some money and crystal and experience. And Dessa, I'm starting to use Dessa now as a main because Logistics Hero is really good for this kind of map. The Logistics here is probably good for any kind of map. And I'm just going to have him wait in here and I'm putting the Thunderbirds on him so he can have more mobility next turn. But I'm just waiting for those troops to come down here, and then I'm going to join him up and take out the Dwarven treasury. Checking out what my options are here. Oh, here comes what's his face. So I'm upgrading those goblins. And I wanted to get a couple more of those behemoths. So I'm moving the rest of the guys first so I can grab some more resources to sell. These guys are easy. Ooh, well, I'm not actually sure why I did that. That was kind of dumb. It didn't even resurrect anybody. I'm not sure what the hell I was doing there. No, I'm not going to go for those guys. Ranged troops will just slice you up too much. Got Zubin over here checking out the map. I need to find the Grail, but it's underground. I'm selling resources so I can buy some behemoths now. I'm gonna get both those behemoths. There we go. And then I was thinking about buying some of those. So I'm going to use Dessa to take that out instead of Gretchen. And what I was going to do is I was going to probe that place first to see how many we had. There we are. Yeah, that's actually not that much. It can get up to 30 dwarves apiece, I think, if I remember correctly. And that's... I could probably... I might actually be able to take that, though. So it wouldn't really matter. It's important to split up these guys. That way you can distract the enemy. So it's a very good thing to do, even if you're sure you got it. Soaking up that first strike right there. There you go. And I do that to keep the dwarves over there, so I don't have to deal with them all at once. They'll waste their turn attacking those wolves. That one wolf, which won't hurt me any. Oh! What the hell? Oh, okay, the bell dwarf hit me. See, I can't actually see the numbers there, really, because it's too small. The screen I'm looking at is too small. I can't see what the numbers are. So I was kind of surprised when those Thunderbirds died. I thought I had more of them. I'm soaking up that first strike right there with that guy. And for some stupid reason, I didn't move my orcs, my archers there. I don't know why I didn't do that. Just one of those brain parts. Alright. Air magic, definitely want to get that, especially with this kind of army. So, did pretty well. Now I'm thinking of going to get the Griffin, the Griffin Conservatory. Maybe get some angels, depending on how many there are in there. And that's one of those things where you really gotta find out how many there are. So you probably might want to just waste somebody just attacking it, so you can look at the actual numbers. And I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the slow troops. That way I get a better boost next turn. I didn't build the Hall of Valhalla. I guess I didn't have the money. Here comes Charna. I think this is where I decided to have Thant just attack somebody and run away. Yeah, that way I could get back in my main town and just replenish my spell points. Maybe even get some spells. This is a decent option if you have the money. See, since he has quite a few spell points, it makes sense to do that. I don't want Gretchen to get to have those troops on him when the next turn comes. So I want him to have more mobility if I can. I'll go ahead and buy the Hall of Valhalla. Let's get haste. Haste is really nice for skeletons, that's for sure. And it in my turn. So now I should have full spell points with that, which is over 50, which is definitely enough to take out a few guys. And I can go ahead and recruit some more Thunderbirds. Or maybe not. What am I doing? Oh, I decided to just dump some resources for some money because it would be better. See, really, in the long run, you know, it's better to recruit out. You don't really need to worry too much about saving resources, because on a map like this, you can take those Cyclops, whatever they're called, the Cyclops places where you get a bunch of resources. I'm still trying to recruit that last Thunderbird there. So sometimes it's better to just like get troops now and worry about the resources later. Because like I said, you can, with troops, you can get resources on a map like this. Not all maps are like that, but this one is. I'm gonna go remove those rogues there. Some skeletons, experience, and an obelisk. Pathfinding. Pathfinding is definitely something you want to pick up. Along with logistics. And I really like that. It's a pretty good artifact right there to get, so I'm going for it. I have to be fairly economical in my use of those Thunderbirds. They're still pretty weak, I mean, comparatively. They're a strong troop, but, you know, they only have 60 hit points, so you can't be totally reckless. They're a pretty strong troop, though, for their level. I was thinking about healing. Yeah. Oh, yep, I guess I did. Okay. Pretty nice boost. Can't afford anything anyway. I don't know why I'm even checking that. And for some reason I'm scared of these gremlins, and so I'm putting the archers there just to soak up some attacks from the gremlins. I don't know why I did that. These gremlins aren't going to do anything. I was thinking there was a lot more of them than there were. Okay, now here I think I use Tamika to go probe that and see exactly how many there is, or maybe I use that guy. No, yep, I use Darkstorm. Yeah, so I see there are 20 apiece. So that's actually doable. It's actually not a big deal. I don't see any reason to retreat that guy because I don't want to recruit him anymore. So I just totally get rid of him. Some goblins real quick. Gretchen. Have Gretchen take the goblins. Transfer them. And I split them up. That way I have some distraction. And I think about using this guy. But that's actually... I actually don't like to put a level 1 troop so close to so many of them. So I cast haste on this guy so I can attack down there. And that way that kind of gets him out of harm's way. that guy up there to keep that griffin from moving. And all the rest of them moved, so... I just kind of move that guy up there for more distraction. And then we go... Yeah, we go do the same combo again. Checking my spell points. Whether or not I should cast another spell. I do that just to distract these guys a little bit more. Just make sure that I don't get too close, that way I don't get hit twice in a row. And there's no way to avoid getting hit by both those guys. Go ahead and cast Bless. Go ahead. Okay, I lost some, but not too much. It's not too bad. And right here I'm thinking of what to pick, and I think, you know what, basic offense, why the heck not? And I get 2 angels out of it, which is pretty nice. Angels are a pretty nice, unupgraded level 7 troop. Their upgrade to Archangels really isn't that hot, really. I mean, they're really fast, yes, but they could resurrect too. I guess you gotta count that. But yeah, to be honest, they're better level 7 troops. I mean, they only have 250 hit points. They aren't really immune to anything. Really, it's all about the Angels. They're just a really strong, unupgraded level 7 troop. Also, I don't really like Castle too much. And the Archangels are no longer the fastest once the expansion came out and you had Phoenixes, which are really ridiculous. So Archangels can't even claim to be the fastest anymore. Let's see if there's anybody worth recruiting. No. That really isn't that many dragonflies, but I guarantee you if I do that, they're going to kill all my skeletons because they're just too fast. Well, maybe they won't kill my skeletons. Probably should have hit somebody with a spell. Oh, I thought about this. This was actually dumb. Why this is dumb? Because they dispel it. Okay, so I get a free shot. Well, actually, maybe that wasn't so dumb. That worked out okay. I still lost skeletons, though. The thing you do is you just, until you get ready to like resurrect them every battle, you just give them to somebody. I was looking here, seeing how much that was. Not really possible to take it yet, but with enough skeletons, it shouldn't be a problem at all. I'm thinking about getting rid of Charna there. First, I'm thinking about getting an upgrade. Going after these guys. Somebody recommended I use the Heroes 3 mod, which allows you to change the resolution. I did try that. I just didn't like the fact that it didn't look like the resolution was fit the game. It was just too big. It looked awkward. I don't know, I might do that still, but for now I'm just using the regular resolution, and as you can see there's some boxes around it now. I wanted to make it 720p, that way YouTube wouldn't do its stupid downsizing it to 360p. How ridiculous. I mean, it was 800 by 600 and they cut it like in half almost. I don't understand why they did that, but they did, and it made the video look terrible. So to avoid that, that's why I'm doing it. I have those boxes around it to make it 720p, because it doesn't seem like they mess with 720p. It's only if you go lower than that, then they really screw you. Now that could be a little deceiving. He looks pretty weak, but the thing is if he has magic arrow and a decent spell power, which I don't think he does, but if he has magic arrow and mages, you can cast that magic arrow a lot and eventually kill, you know, one of your nice guys, one of your angels. We'll go for this first, huh? It's on the way. Grab a few more resources while I'm at it. This is just to block off these guys. That way they don't get any shots. Not really necessary when you have this many troops, but sometimes it is. Pathfinding, perfect. I don't want to end my turn with the slower troops on my main hero. And I choose again. I skip wisdom, choose advanced intelligence. No real hurry with that. Like I said, you get offered wisdom, I think, once every 3 levels or something like that. So it's not a big deal. Not as long as I have plenty of skills to improve. That's nice. Sometimes those guys can give you a crappy skill, and then you really get kind of pissed off, especially if that's your main hero. But gave me a nice boost to spell power, which is pretty good. Oh, I forgot to pick up that artifact up there. So apparently that guy is not too confident about taking me on, since he seems to be just running away from me. But just to make sure, I'm going to do this where I just transfer a bunch of distraction troops. I'm going to take this guy first. Just going to move those guys up there just to kind of bait a little bit. There you go. Now I want to take this guy fast enough so I could just wipe him out before he can run. It's kind of difficult to do sometimes, but if you time it right... I forgot whether or not I timed it right here. I don't think I did. Or maybe I did. Nope, looks like I did. Okay, so I got him. So any artifacts that he had. And I get a chance to take... Why did I do that? I don't know why I did that. I should have taken armor. The heck? Silly. Sometimes I confuse even myself. Apparently he didn't have any artifacts. Another one of those things that, like, actually I probably should have checked that, because this can be really dangerous. I could have had it where they could have been too strong. I think that gets up to like 8 apiece, which would have been too much. So that was a bad move on my part, not checking that first. Or did I? I don't think I did. I wasn't. No, I don't think I did. Yeah. So this could have been a big problem. Especially with no magic points. Trying to figure out how not to lose any guys here. Actually pulled it off, but it was close. Now I'm thinking about tactics, thinking a lot about tactics. No, I decided against it, which was probably the right move. With basic air magic and tactics, expert air magic and expert tactics, the stronghold is pretty devastating. I was really thinking about it. But I wanted my character to be more of a spellcaster, so I wanted to leave room for things like intelligence and stuff like that. Intelligence and basic earth magic or something. I wish I knew the formula for the computer deciding how it was going to split up its troops. Always surprises me sometimes what it does. Oh yeah, Grand Elves. Grand Elves can be a little dangerous too. And I decide I'm going to wait for my reinforcements. I'm not going to take them this turn. I realize I have that shield there, which I need to transfer to Fant. So I have Sandro run over and transfer it. Do the whole hero chain thing. I'd love to use auto combat more, but the auto combat in Heroes 3 sucks. I mean, it does amazingly. It'll lose battles that you're like, how did it lose that battle? Or it'll lose troops when in a situation where you're like, how the hell did it do that? There's no way you should have lost any troops, but somehow it does. Other times it'll be okay, but you just never know. And really, if you're going to play the best you possibly can, it's just not a smart thing to do to use that. Which is unfortunate because it'd be nice. The Heroes, I think it's Heroes 5. Yeah, Heroes 5 AI, auto combat AI seems to be a lot better from what I could see. I mean, it. I don't know what it is, but it basically, you know, it's pretty efficient. So I'm sure that helps. I'm sure that helps a lot when you're playing versus another player. That way you don't have to wait really long turns. Well, lost a Thunderbird. Now these these imps can get quite numerous in these buildings, so I'm not taking, well, that's kind of, what would I have done if there were 60? I guess it wouldn't been too bad. I think I could have taken that many, now that I think about it. I thought I was going to take my skeletons. That would have been the smart thing to do, actually. Upgraded something there. I forgot what it was. It's week 4. I love attacking dwarves. They're so nice and slow. In the early game, one way you can really get ahead is being able to, like, just having a large stack and wiping out the slow troops with no losses. Either because they can't counterattack, or because you're a ranged character, you get ranged units or something like that. I guess I'm not taking any chances with these dwarves here, huh? Saw a horde of dwarves and I'm like, well, better not be too cocky. I guess I'm still trying to do this where I don't have to use too many spell points. That just to soak up his counterattack there. I hit him with my Thunderbird. Killed 5 of them. And again, that's to soak up the counterattack. And I'm doing that to distract that top dwarf there so he doesn't join the others over here. Should... No, almost wiped him out. Oh, and I can't protect my guys. No, it looks okay actually. Oh, I got it counterattacked. Kind of. Okay, again, we're soaking up the counter strike right there. So I lost a few skeletons, but it wasn't too bad, and I didn't have to use any spell points. And I get a level. And these guys always just wreck skeletons like crazy. But I have enemy dead. Last enemy dead now. Oh, that didn't quite work out. Oops. Learn slow. Slow is a great thing to have. Especially when you got earth magic. I know that there's an enemy over that way. I know that Charna came from that way, so just in case I go running into some big stack or something, I went ahead and got a little distraction. There. And where you have that Pendant of Life, I don't have that. Those guys could be really dangerous. And that artifact really isn't worth it. Those are both good heroes. Luna is very good, actually. That double power firewall, that's pretty devastating, especially early. So that's actually a nice thing nice hero for your main hero, really. Although I don't like the Alchemist class. Oh wait, it's not Alchemist, it's Elementalist. I don't like the Elementalist class for your main because after level 10 they start getting more attack and defense than they do spell power and intelligence. It's like the wizard class. It switches. It starts out as a really good spellcaster, and then it switches into a kind of like a warrior mode. I don't like that. I like spellcasters to be spellcasters. So that's why I like classes like the warlock. The witch is pretty good. Even the necromancer's okay. In terms of the distribution between spell power, knowledge, and attack and defense. The warlock is the best, though. In my opinion, the warlock is the best spellcaster in terms of its point distribution. I decided not to take the Cyclops Cave because I'd get like a skeleton out of it, and that would slow me down next turn, so instead of that I just stopped short. Excuse me. Yeah, it looks like it's almost the end of the video.